Good morning, everyone. Monday, Rosh Chodesh Iyar, Pashas Kedoshim. There is a very important concept that Be'etzem is brought down in Shulchan Aruch and the Rishonim. I think it's a very important concept to know in order to create profound relationship with their kids. There is a parent and there is a child. Every parent has that feeling that he has to present himself in a parent form, meaning to say that I'm a parent and you're my child. I'm a parent, I'm not your friend, I'm not your buddy, I'm not your brother, I'm a parent. So that's how the parents perceive the relationship. You're my child, I'm a parent, and only a parent. Nothing else but being a parent. This perception creates certain a parent brings himself higher than the child, and of course, everyone who is holds himself higher than someone that he's talking to, relating to, he demands subconsciously. There is a very strong demand of respect. I am higher than you. I'm higher authority than you. So treat me the way you're supposed to treat a high authority. And that's what our relationship to a child is. We're perceiving ourselves as a parent, that we are higher than a child. Therefore, we're subconsciously demanding and expecting that the child should respect and treat us the way we're supposed to be treated, as a high authority. And of course, if we don't receive that respect from a child, if the child communicates with us not in a manner of, not in a pattern of a parent, but let's say he talks to us the way he's talking to his friends, or the way he's talking to his brothers or siblings, we get very offended, we get very hurt, and therefore, when a person feels hurt, it becomes a little violent. We start to act more harshly and more stronger. And sometimes the parents even start to demand, respect me, talk to me with respect, talk to me like you're supposed to talk to a parent. And it creates certain pressure. Subconsciously, we are pressuring our kids to give us the respect that we need as a parent. The question is if this perception is a healthy perception, if this perception will create any kind of profound, deep relationship with your child. Maybe opposite. Maybe this perception becomes a criteria which makes the child feel rejected from a parent. It's very important to know how do we perceive our relationship with the child. Do we look at the child as a child, and we are the parent to a child, not a friend, not a brother, not a buddy? Or be more liberal and say, I'm a parent, but it's not contradicting. They should relate to me as a friend, as a brother, as a buddy as well. So that's a big that's a question we need to have a clarity. Yes, the conventional way, it's not the conventional way among the world. It's to perceive I'm your parent, I'm not your friend. Therefore, relate to me as a parent, and use the language as a parent language. Don't use the friendly language. Don't use different languages that are not appropriate to me. Sometimes the children even don't use disrespectful language, but just the fact that we feel that the child relates to us as a friend, we already feel disrespectful. We already get the disrespected feelings, and we start to be harsh on the child and actually demand him the respect that we need. This is very important halukha in Shulchan Aruch. Very important halukha. I think every parent needs to know this halukha. Machaber in Yordei Simurei Shmem Sif Yutes. Machaber says as follows: Usir leudam lahachbet iloi albunov uledagdek bechvoide imuhem. It's forbidden for a parent to pressure the child and demand that the child should respect him. Why? He should not make the child sin. You should forgive the child. You should forgive your child. You should forgive your respect. You should give up on your respect and just look away when the child is not giving the respect you need. Just look away. Here the Mechaber says a very, very interesting, very fascinating statement. That there's an Isur, it's forbidden for a parent to pressure the child and to demand the respect. You should not be medagdek. You should not be so scrutinized. You should not demand and ask for a child to respect you. And at a time when a child is disrespectful to you, let's say, just forgive him. Forgive and look away. Don't demand. Don't stand on it. Don't get. A parent should not get so harsh on the child when the child is not respecting him the way he's supposed to, or the way the parent is expecting to. But v'yalim eino mehem, just look away. Look away. It's very strong state of mechaber. That's the shochnure. So here we're getting a little bit more clarity. How do the parent has to relate to a child? What kind of relationship the parent has to have with the child? It's the relation from vayalim eino mehem. When the child, at the time when the child starts to use certain language, even if it's like a disrespectful language. Let's say sometimes the kids say, "Oh, you're so stupid," or "You don't understand," or "You're so dumb," or all those kind of language. We call it chitzpedik. And of course, when the parents hears this kind of language, it's not pleasant to hear that the child tells you you're stupid, or you're dumb. Also different languages. So parents naturally get hurt, and they start to demand by forcing the child to respect them. But here the mechaber is saying opposite. When the child tells you, let's say, stupid or dumb or whatever it is, forgive them and just look away from it. It's a very strong statement of mechaber. But there's interesting concept, interesting pasuk b'chlal chumash, what gives us that clarity b'chlal, what kind of relationship we should have with the kids. Interesting, when Yaakov Avinu was going, was leaving Lavan, and they made a bris, made a bond between Yaakov and Lavan that they won't hurt each other. Lavan won't take a revenge of Yaakov. Yaakov won't take a revenge of Lavan. They made the bris. That's the bond. They made the agreement that they won't bother each other. Just Lavan will go his way, Yaakov will go his way, and Shalom al Yisrael. That's it. So in the sign of the agreement, like today's day we signed a contract, but those days did not sign the contract. They made a sign, like a chasima, that they both parties are committed to hold their promise to each other. What was the promise? What was the bond? What was the sign? They took a stone, and they put the stone, and the stone was confirming that both parties are committed to hold down to their promise. So interesting. It says in pasuk, so Yaakov Avinu sent his kids to collect stones in order to make that stature, that stone, that confirmation that they won't hurt each other. So pasuk states as follows: Yaakov told his brothers, "Likti avunim, go put together the stones, take the stones." And the brothers went and they took the stones. The Yaz go made like a statue, like a gull, like a little mountain. And they ate together to show that the both parties agreed, and they committed to hold both parties are committed to hold on to their promises to each other. The question remains. The Rishonim asked a very, very powerful question, very strong question. Pasuk states, Yaakov asked his brothers. We all know that Yaakov had only one brother. His brother was Esav, and Bechlal Esav was not there at that time. So when the pasuk says Yaakov to which Yaakov, to what kind of brothers the pasuk referring to? Yaakov as Lashon Rabbim, his brothers. To what brothers? Who was Yaakov's brothers? So Rishonim asked this question. Rashi, self-understood, also points out this question. So Rashi is saying as follows: Le'echov hem bonov. When the pasuk says Vayobe Yaakov le'echov does not, the interpretation of echov does not mean brothers. It means Yaakov requested us his kids to bring the stones. Why the pasuk saying echov, the brothers? So Rashi shehoyoloi achim. Yaakov related to his kids like a brother, like brothers. It's very short Rashi, but the Rashi discovers a very powerful secret. How the parent, what kind of relationship the parents need, what kind of relationship Yaakov had with his kids. Yaakov's relationship with the kids was a brotherhood relationship, the brotherhood type relationship. He did not view the kids as his kids, although from one side Yaakov was their father, but his relationship with the kids was a brotherhood relationship. It's a very strong statement that Rashi is saying here. So here the Torah gives us the clarity what kind of relationship the parents Yaakov had. Of course, we have to learn from Yaakov Avinu. Therefore, he was our father's father, so we can learn from him. The relationship with the parents, the relationship between the parent and the child is not a parent and child. We don't view our kids as a kids. Yes, we are parents to our kids, but the relationship should not be developed based on parent relationship, higher authority to our kids. The relationship between father and son, mother and son, or father and daughter, mother and daughter, it should be brotherhood, sisterhood relationship. Sisterhood and brotherhood relationship. It's very that's the way how we communicate. So once we'll change this perception, and we will look at our kids. Okay, they are my kids, but because they are my kids, not necessarily I need to relate to them, and I not necessarily need to communicate and create my relationship on that high authority level. But my relationship would be brotherhood relationship, a brotherhood relationship. It's that's the way of how we relate to our kids. And that's the way it looks like. It will create a profound relationship. Lemaise, we look at Chazal, in Chazal, Medrash, Gemara, we see that the connection the Yaakov had with his kids, none since Brias Oilam had that kind of have a loving relationship with the kids like Yaakov had with his kids. The question, what was the ingredient that Yaakov used in order to create that profound relationship with his kids? This ingredient we call Yaakov did not perceive his kids as I am a father, I am that big father, and I am that high authority, and this is my kids. No, Yaakov perceived his kids as brothers. Therefore, this perception created the relationship of him relating to them in a brotherhood type relationship. So once we have this perception, things become easier. The mechaber, it becomes easier to follow up with the mechaber, what I mentioned before, that also like two brothers, sometimes the brothers have that plita spes, sometimes the brother just saying stuff. They don't mean to hurt it, but it's just a communication. Sometimes, yes, brother says to other brother, you're stupid, you're dumb, and it's okay. The brothers forgive each other. The same way we understand that the brothers or sisters forgive each other when the sisters don't communicate properly to each other. Just forgive because we are sisters, we are brothers. So we as a parents, when the child communicates to us in a disrespectful manner, it will be easier for us to forgive because there's a brotherhood relationship. We are buddies. We're more than good friends. We have brotherhood relationship. It becomes easier. And the fact that this relationship takes the relationship, this pattern, this perception takes the relationship of very higher level, takes it far away. For example, there's certain things that the kids are hiding from the parents. One of the reasons is because really is the child does not believe that the father or mother will understand them. There is a first why the child does not believe it because he feels that the father is higher than him, he is lower. He always feels he has fears of judgments. The father would judge him negatively. The mother would judge him negatively because they're parents. Sometimes the kids are okay to share their feelings and their things with bothering him with their siblings versus the parents. Parents want child to discuss with them their problems and their concerns, but we don't understand why can my child share with me his pain? Why my child can share with me what's bothering him? It really bothers this problem really bothering parents. The answer for this is not a problem in the child. It's certainly a problem in our perception as a parent, because as more we have that image that our kids need to respect us, like look up to us and respect us and talk to us. This image really creates a distance between a parent and a child. As more the child will feel that he has that brotherhood or sisterhood relationship with his parents, as more actually we're opening that channel of a child to be comfortable to share what's bothering him with the parents, because that's just the nature. When you have the brotherhood, the bodyhood relationship with the parent, with anyone, it's just okay to expose yourself to that person you have a relationship with. Versus if we go with more like professional way, and was okay, I'm a parent, I'm not your friend, I'm not your buddy, I'm not your brother, I'm your parent. As more we're confirming this, as more we're creating the distance between us and the child. Interesting. There's Sefer Chassidim. Sefer Chassidim saying as follows. He actually points out this Nikud I'm saying right now from the Rashi. Sefer Chassidim saying, it's Bris Oilam on Parish on Sefer Chassidim. He's saying as follows. Musar la'av, so the Musar to the Av, to the father, that the father should relate Shavunav Agdoilim Shleyagbet Iloi Aleim Ele Yachshivom Ki'achem. You should not pressure your child by demanding from the child that respect, but consider them as your brothers. Consider your sons and your daughters as your brothers and sisters. Ubuzeh, this perception will help. Everybody will become. He said that there won't be a conflict. So I would like to take a note on this statement. Bris Olam is saying that if the parent will dispute and just disregard that parent stand, and it won't relate, and it will relate to a child brotherhood pattern, it will create, Bris Olam saying, Noichim v'yoishuahu ubuna b'shalva. It will create, everybody will become. Kids will become, the parent will become, v'yeshu, and everybody will leave. Just will have, parent will have, and the kids will live b'shalva. It's a gewaldige brucha. It's a very deep blessing when everybody has a shalva. Everybody is calm. Everybody just okay. The kids, there's no screaming, there's no cursing, there's no running away, there's no hiding, there is no concerns that maybe my child's hiding something from me. It's certainly it becomes very shallow. So what creates? We're looking. Everybody has sgulas. We're looking for all kind of sgulas to create that shalva. Everybody should become and be peace at home. The answer for it is the answer is nothing depends. Does not depend on the sgula. The best sgula is just change your perception and look at the child as your brothers. Consider your kids as your brothers, as your sisters, and this itself will open the channel, that way that the kids will be okay to communicate with the parent, and the parent will be okay to communicate. There won't be hostility between parent and the child. There won't be conflict, because at the end of the day, majority of conflicts, if we look deeply, it's appearing to be the reason. Appearing to be the main reason is, from the main reasons, is because the parents are guarding their pride and their pride as a parent, and they come to the demanding, consciously, subconsciously, the demanding that from the child should provide them and give them that respect. As more pressure a person, as more the person becomes violent, hurt, and runs away, he feels rejected. So that's if we don't want the child to feel rejected, and want to makar of our child to bring to us the child, we have to bring ourselves to a child, but taking away, completely diminishing that image of I'm a parent and you're my child. And actually, the Bris Olam brings a raya from our pasuk. Ksiva yetzi Yaakov v'yomer le'echav likti avunim o perish Rashi le'uchiv hem bunav shoy le'achem. They were brothers. Le'madnu. We learn from Yaakov. Bris Olam saying, "She Yaakov avinu levashuna hoy machshav es bunav ke'echav." He viewed his kids as his brothers. V'chei ro'oi. It's ro'oi. It should be done. The father should consider and look at his kids as brothers. Sheket, is a very peaceful moment. Sheket is quiet, it's peace, it's gishmak. Shananim is menucha. In fact, the Bris Olam is saying as the echo of gam is gematria bonim. that Echov, the brothers, it's big Echov Gam in the pasuk is begematria Achem. So that just confirms that this concept we're discussing, that the parent, mother and father should communicate, should relate to the child as a brotherhood and sisterhood relationship. Now, the Bris Sam is using very strong, powerful words. He's saying if the father and mother, of course, will relate to their kids on a brotherhood, buddyhood relationship pattern, type of relationship, then it will provide the kids feelings of shketi v'shananim. Child get the peaceful feelings. Child get the feelings of security. There is no when a person feels secure, what provides a person that's feelings of security? When a person feels they have a relationship with someone who understands him. When you know that there's someone in your life that understands you, that's here for you, that he relates to, you can relate to, you can spend time with, you can talk to the person, any kind of topics you can expose yourself to, then you feel secure. Then it's automatically within person creates that certain feelings of peace and security. At the time when a person does not feel that he has anyone in this world he can expose to, because there's no one who understands me, there's no someone who talks my language, who is on my level, then the person is not in peace. That person does not feel secure. So it will help the child to feel, to get that peaceful feelings, to get that security, feelings of security. And when a parent will recreate, will rewire his perception, and will create a setup that, of course, it's not only about saying I'm your brother. It's not about performance. It's about really understanding it. That's Torah de Gemalach. Torah de Gemalach is that also lahakbet, just forgive, and v'yalim, just look away from your respect, and just relate to child brotherhood and brotherhood pattern, and that will create a tremendous peaceful feelings to a child insecurity as well. And actually, we see it in fact. Parents who have that bodyhood relationship with the parents, we feel that disrespectful. We feel that we high authority and we demand respect, and we feel that it's very proper to give the child that confirmation: I'm your parent. I'm not your friend. I'm not your brother. I'm not your buddy. I'm your parent. Therefore, respect me. Be here for me. Talk to me nice, and so forth. We feel it's a mistake. It's a plain mistake, and we talk to see fact. We don't need the bigger proof than a fact. The fact is the biggest proof. That parents who have that image, who conduct their home, who conduct their relationship with their kids, that's very strong confirmation that I'm your parent, not your friend, not your brother, not your buddy. We see clearly that the kids almost go over there, because there's no relationship. For one, so everybody is in pain. Parents are in pain because they don't have a relationship with the kids, and the kids is on the risk, and the child is in pain because he doesn't have a relationship with the parents. So there's no naturally parents need to have a relationship with the kids. Versus we have to just accept as a mistake, plain mistake. If Yaakov Avinu mifka sheba uves, he was the Yaakov Avinu, the holiest person, Yaakov Avinu. He was okay he was the most honest person, was heilige person. He was the most in all the areas. If he was okay to put aside his respect and just relate naturally, be just brother, be that relate to your kids and brotherhood pattern. So I think we also can survive it, because I don't think none of us has achieved that madrega of Yaakov Avinu. I don't think we require that respect from our kids as Yaakov Avinu was required, but and still he gave up on his respect in order to create profound, meaningful relationship with his kids. So, if you want to create, if you want to have that simcha in our life, that we have a relationship with our kids, it's just to switch the pattern, understand the mistake, to present yourself as a parent and not as a friend to your child is a mistake. It's more being loose. It's more we are just being that, not about being jolly, not only about being that cool. It's not about that. It's about creating that brotherhood, sisterhood relationship. As more we do that, as more we give the space to our kids, where the kids can enter in our lives and be there, and they being with us and we being with them. And in this relationships is this main source of giving the child the power to remain strong. That's the rule. If kids don't have a relationship with their parents, they seek a relationship elsewhere. But if the kids are satisfied with the relationship with their parents, they're just okay. There is no need to seek relationship from other sources. So I think it's important to work on it and to perceive ourselves. Yes, we are parents to our kids, but what kind of relationship we have, and what kind of type of relationship we have to relate to our kids. That's relationship of brotherhood. Yes, just come home and tell each other what's up, what's doing, how was your day. Not to, and allow the child to answer you back, hi dad, what's up, what's doing, and just allow him to use that language. It's not disrespectful. It's just allowing the child to communicate in the brotherhood. And as more we give that way, as more we have the kids, and as more we create a profound, meaningful relationship with our kids, and as more that relationship, as more they feel us, as more they don't need to feel together things from other sources. As the show will continue tomorrow,